everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel once again. Thanks for joining me. It's time to look at our month ahead for February 2021 to see what energies lie in store. So I'm going to shuffle up the cards and we'll be right back and get started. So I broke this month down into what's going to be happening in different areas. I've got the political realm and what crosses that, kind of the obstacles maybe in each area. So the political, the economy, what's going to be happening there. And also I got a sense of something perhaps with foreign concerns. So we're going to look at that in relation to the United States. And then the past influence, what might be coming up, and then what do we need to know about this month? And then the outcome, the ultimate outcome at the end of the month. So looking back, what are we going to have accomplished and seen? Okay. So what I did was I spent a little bit of time kind of looking into this. I laid out some cards just to kind of get a feel for it and kind of wanted to kind of fine tune my spread and what I want to ask. And so I didn't tweak too much on the spread. So I went ahead and redid the spread again, but I kept the notes and the cards written down from the first spread that I did because I think it all ties together. And I probably, in retrospect, maybe I should have run the video during this whole time, but I kind of wanted to shorten the video and not make it really super long, so that's why I kind of cut it down a little bit. So I'll just give you bullet points from the first spread I did and let you know how it all ties in together. So the first time through on the political realm, I had the Ace of Pentacles reversed, crossed by the Temperance reversed. To me, this felt like a false start, an imbalance, something undermining security or stability. Kind of an unsettling influence with that Temperance on that question. I want to go through each of these and I'll circle back to that at the end. Now the economy. I think the economy is going to be a big focus for the month of February. It's going to take on a lot of prominence in the news, highlights, everything. Now, the first time out, I had two kings on the economy, and they were both reversed. We had the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. To me, this was a really not a good vibe for that. What I sense with that, those two cards, major corruption, deception. We've got I just sensed a lot of cronyism, blackmail, deals being made behind the scenes, like backdoor deals, that kind of thing. Just a lot of bribery going on. There's the economy. There's something weird going on with it. I don't know if it has probably spillover for what's been taking place in the last few days with the hedge funds. I don't know if it's related to that, but there's some real, it's like people are trying to game the system, basically. They're trying to leverage, and it's not all above board, okay? A lot of illicit deals. I actually sense like bribes with judges. I don't know if anything is going to be tried in the courts or some type of legal action or lawsuits, but there's people that are trying to game the system, and it may include bribing people in positions like judges or lawyers or something. It's got a weird feel to it. I did pull two more cards on the economy, and it wasn't much better. We had the Devil card crossed by the reversed Five of Swords. So to me, this is like theft, games being played. That Devil card, a card of corruption, a card of greed, nasty, addiction, that kind of thing. A scary little devil. But yeah, just not. There's some weird stuff going on with the economy, and I really think it's people that are being dishonest. Okay, a lot of dishonesty is what I sense with it. Before I wrote out my spread and laid out my cards, I was feeling into the month ahead, and I sensed something with foreign. That's why I added that in my spread. Something with dealing with foreign related to the United States. And I kind of feel China, but I thought, okay, what am I feeling with that? I got the Knight of Cups reversed, which is a messenger card. A reversal on the messenger could be a message either not being relayed or communications that are not completed, not going to the right people, or some type of disruption in a communication. Also the Four of Swords with that, which is a card of like just kind of taking a break, moving out of the line of fire, so to speak. The other cards I pulled were just big news. We've got the Tower coming out on that. And we've got the Queen of Wands upside down. So here's where I'm thinking this is all going with this. And I had to sit with it for quite some time. I'm getting the sense of a foreign power, like, how do I explain this? I had the hardest time trying to, in my mind, try to make sense of what I was sensing. It was like a feeling or sense that I was getting. It's like, okay, how do I explain this so that you all can know what I'm getting? With that reversed Queen of Wands next to the Tower, and I'll just show you these two. So you got the Tower card of destruction. You've got this reversed Queen over the top of it. What I sensed with these two is that there is a push to overthrow, okay, or that's the word I'm going to use. There's just a push to overthrow a foreign power. I don't know if the United States is going to be involved, but actually what I sensed with it is that the energy that I got from the Tower reversed is that there's people that are in this foreign power that are defectors, okay? And there's a lot of them. And these defectors are turning into a force of destabilization, and they are going to move back to destabilize, dethrone, overthrow their former government. And again, this may not be exact. I'm trying to describe the energy of it, and it's hard because I don't know exactly what this is, but so I'll just give you a hypothetical, because I can explain a hypothetical and we can take it or leave it or dissect it, whatever. Here's the hypothetical. Say there's a country, we'll call it country X. And country X is ruled by tyrants, okay? A few tyrants at the top. And they're abusing their people and oppressing their people. And there's a group within country X that's sick and tired of it. They've defected. A lot of them have moved to other countries, moved abroad to try to get away from this oppressive regime. And what they have done is they have coalesced and they have decided to come together. We want to free our homeland, our mainland, okay, the place that we call home. We want to free that from the oppressive regime. So what we're doing is we're coming together. We are binding together with the help of other nations, perhaps, and we are asking their help to help us overthrow this rogue regime that's taken over our country and is killing and oppressing and torturing our people. So this is what we're asking. We're asking different countries to help. This group of defectors is what I call them. They've coalesced. They're working together with people that are sympathetic to their cause in other nations, and it feels like they are working to destabilize, which is the energy of a reversed queen, destabilize, overthrow, put in place something new, get rid of the bad actors, which is all about the Tower. This Tower card is all about overthrow, cataclysm, destructive change. We're blowing it up and starting over. That's the Tower card, okay? So that's my hypothetical. Now, how that plays out in the real world, if what I said touched on certain groups or peoples, this is what I'm sensing, okay, from a group of defectors. And so I'm just going to leave it at that. How detailed that is, how much of that plays out, comes true in February. This is the energy of it behind it, okay? When I do intuitive tarot, I deal with the feelings of the energy around what may be coming up. Okay, so sometimes I get specifics. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm getting something. I'm just gonna put it out in a hypothetical and let it play out that way, and we'll see if I touched on what's coming up in concrete terms or not. So we'll have to see where that goes. But that's what I was sensing for a foreign power. And as it relates to the United States, I do think that we are helping. The United States will be helping these defectors because a lot of these defectors have asked the United States to help. And that's what we're doing. Moving into the past, we have the restriction card. That feeling of being restricted is giving way to what's coming up, and we've got this Five of Wands upside down, which is the card of struggle, trying to gain the upper hand over a struggle. It's kind of like getting dragged into a conflict that it really isn't winnable. Some type of feeling of an unwinnable situation that is just, I just sense like petty disagreements, arguments, a lot of fear, okay? And I don't mean genuine fear that is worth being afraid of. It's like a manufactured fear-based problem or feeling that isn't really rooted in any type of reality. It feels manufactured, but a lot of people are buying into this fear, and it's causing conflict. And it's like people are fighting over things that are like it's we're getting into the what if might sort of maybe someday happen scenario, but a lot of people are feeding into this fear, and it's like these are things that are so, like 0.2% ever chance of happening kind of scenario, but people are still acting and making it a part of their everyday real life, and it's like the chances of that happening are like almost nil. Why is this being foisted and being such a big part of people's lives, this fear? So a lot of fear-based thinking, a lot of fear-based conflicts, people fighting over stuff that would probably never even ever happen, but yet it's in their consciousness, continually in their conscious thoughts. And so that fear is like it's getting a home, and it shouldn't, because it really has no basis in reality is what I'm sensing. It's like so minuscule that it could ever really be based in reality, but the fear of it is big. So I don't know what this is referring to, if we've got another pandemic or something coming, maybe something like that that's causing an uproar of fear, but the reality is nowhere near the fear-based level that we're seeing with it. So just know that when you see people, and I feel this feels more toward the end of the month, but when you see a lot of people freaking out and fear, and if you can talk any kind of sense into those people, it's very hard sometimes with people who are very fear-based. And so, you don't want to discount someone's fears, but maybe if you can help them see that those fears aren't really based in reality, that perhaps those fears are overblown. If you can kind of get them to see that, then maybe it will help calm people down. Because I feel like people are being whipped up into a frenzy once again. It's like, haven't we dealt with that all the last year? But that's what it feels like, is a fear-based mentality that is not based in reality. So help people when you can, where you can, if someone is being in freak out mode that is not reality based. Try to keep people grounded in reality. And it's good for our own energy too, to stay grounded. Take walks, take salt baths, try to listen to nice positive music when you're feeling excited or upset. And try to stay away from toxic news, okay? Take some time out from the news. Take a break for a day if you have to. You know, the world's not going to end if you don't listen to the news for a day. I've tried that. I did that one time. Little segue here. I spent an entire week. This was a couple of years ago. Just 1 week. No news, no Facebook, no nothing. Just music. That's all I did was music. Music that I liked. I had the best week. It was like glorious. So it really does work to tame those heightened energies and to kind of detox from some of the negative news and the negative Nellies in the news that are constantly nagging. So it's good practice for all of us, but we might have to help others that are like in freak out mode, okay? So I'm sensing freak out. I don't know who you are. Probably not listening to me. You probably won't be freaking out, but you might run into people who are. So yeah, so just beware of that. So what do we need to know for February? I've got the Six of Swords. This is a card of moving on. So we're moving on from a sad or difficult situation, moving into maybe realms unknown, moving into places unseen, like charting new waters ahead. And it feels like an emotional, having to have an emotional break or like just making an emotional separation. I'm feeling like people needing to separate, okay? A lot of separation this month. Needing to separate, it's like, I think the divide is getting a little wider. There has to be a separation. Not sure what this is, what this energy I'm feeling, but needing to move on and separate, okay. I do think this will be a pivotal month. The two cards on the outcome, I had the Magician reversed and the Ten of Swords reversed. To me, that speaks of endings, ending of a cycle, an ending of an era. It's like we're things are, by the end of this month, we're going to see like going in a new direction, and maybe that's that Six of Swords right before that, leading into the outcome. But the Ten of Swords reverse is like you're coming to an end, but as a reversal, it's like moving into something new after a very difficult time. So I think there's a lot of areas that are going to be really volatile in February, but moving into something better. And that Magician reverse, that card of having to use what you can at your disposal to completely remake and redo something even better. And we've got that energy with that 10 of endings. So something that was redone or remade is coming to an end and perhaps moving in a new direction, a new way forward. We had the Five of Pentacles on the bottom card the first time and the Fool underneath the second time, which is like taking risks, taking undue risks, or caution, basically is what that means. Caution and throwing caution to the wind. When you've got that Fool, you're just ready to move into something new. It's like, we're done, let's move on. So overall, politics is probably going to be fairly stable, okay, but the economic realm is going to be a madhouse, okay? Just the energy on that was just really dystopic and unsettling. So we'll just pray for balance. Keep balance in your own heart and life, and let that spill out into the world around you to help calm people who might be frightened or upset. So that's what I get for this month. We'll see how this all plays out and whether the hypothetical thing I threw out earlier is an actual literal or not. We'll find out. Okay, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This has been Intuitive Edge. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like my channel and subscribe. It helps me get the word out there. We'll see you next time. Join me also on Bitchute, Brighteon, and Rumble. All right, and Telegram. Bye for now.